My name is Richard Hulse, Jerry Hulse's son. Jerry was a travel writer for the LA Times, travel editor for 30 years. Did a general assignment in police beat stories before that, and then he worked for the Valley Times in San Fernando Valley previous to that, writing all sorts of articles for the paper. As a child, I remember initially going to the press room where my dad would consult with his editor about different articles and things like that. He's writing for the Valley Times. And then later on, when he got to be a writer at the LA Times, my brother and I'd go down there on Saturdays with him and go to the press room, and you could smell the ink, from the, print being put on the paper. And, you hear the hum of the drums of the, printing presses and all that kind of thing. We got to meet a lot of the reporters at the time and photographers that worked with my dad in the city room. My dad was the type of guy, when he wrote an article, travel article, he was writing for the normal people, not the rich people. He tried to find places that we could all afford to visit in Hawaii and in Europe and Mexico, etc. He was not championing the Marriott Corporation or anything like that, or other big hotel chains. And he tried to interview people that were interesting and write about them versus just places, because people are interested in reading about people and their experiences when they travel or when they go to a place where other people live that is foreign to them. From time to time, we as kids, my brother and I, would travel with my mom and my dad. We went to Hawaii, went to Arizona a couple of times, got up to San Francisco, that type of thing. And then when my dad was doing independent writing, I got to travel with him a few times when he would do articles for things like the Elks magazine or Westways or things like that, because he did write for magazines besides, the newspaper articles. My dad received a lot of awards, some monetary, some plaques, some pieces of paper, that type of thing, but he wasn't into that type of thing. I mean, he wasn't concerned about receiving them, although he did get awarded, some for his efforts. But the most important award he probably won or garnered was from the French government, and it was the Legion of Honor from, and he was rewarded that honor here in LA. And that was the one that he felt very proud of, because not many people received the Legion of Honor from France. And he received other awards, of course, but that was the most exclusive one. And then recently, posthumously, he received an honor for writing about Hawaii from the University of Hawaii itself. And my brother attended that ceremony. That was, I think, in 2008. So even though he'd been gone for 12 years, or 8 years, they still had the thought of recognizing what my dad did for travel in Hawaii. My dad did travel around the world with this guy named Jack Ford, ferrying airplanes. And when he was 27 years of age, is when he flew around the world with this guy twice. He wrote an article about his experiences ferrying the airplanes around the world. And he his article was published in the Saturday Evening Post. And at age 27, to be published in the Saturday Evening Post is a big deal. At least I think it is. And, it's just a matter of, that was his first article that he had published in a periodical other than the newspaper. And I'm proud of him for doing that. But I remember he said he took 8 different tries to get the copy that he needed. It was finally accepted by the Saturday Evening Post. So writing wasn't easy for him, but when he did it well.